evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. So again, a friend of mine sent me a message, said, David, can I get you a book? And I'm like, sure. I'd love for you to send one. So I picked this up, and it is called Co-Piloting. Well, as we get into the book, there are several points where he says, this is our story. This is our story. Talking about him as an individual, as well as people in the pilot family, his extended family, all the people that he brought along with him. But it's also a combination of all the lessons he learned from his mentors, from people he looked up to. It's their story. So the question I have for you is, who are you bringing along in your story? And how can we more effectively bring people along with us along the journey, whatever journey that happens to be for you? Everyone. And we have certain people in our lives. Out of 1 billion people, these people are in our lives. And that tells me that they're there for a reason. So how can we take these people that are in our lives for a reason and bring them along with us and enjoy the journey maybe a little more effectively? So who are we bringing along with us? What friends will you bring along the way? With my coaching clients, when I start asking them, well, what's the most important thing in your life? And it always comes back to family. And they spend a lot of time with family. When I start asking about friends, they're like, I have a couple friends, but we really don't spend all that much time together because I spend all my time with family. And I love the fact that we spend our time with family. We need to bring them along with us, right? We need to bring our coworkers along with us. We need to enjoy the journey together. And how can we do that? Well, let's say if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur, then maybe you need an accountability partner. Just somebody that you check in with. I have a great accountability partner, a couple of them that I check in with on a weekly basis at a minimum. I have a couple I check in with every single day. Why? Because they're holding me accountable to achieving some things. I'm holding them accountable to achieving some things. We grow together, right? We grow together. What about just attending a conference together? I've got a friend of mine. We started talking about different conferences, and he's like, well, I want to go. I'm like, fantastic. Let's do it. Let's go. So in November, we're going to a conference. We're going to go to see Tony Robbins, Unleash the Power Within. Why? Because we had a conversation, and it's something we want to do together so that we can grow, right? Man, creativity is difficult in isolation. So we want to surround ourselves with like-minded people that we can grow together, right? Community. What about a retreat? Getting away to a retreat. Maybe it's a weekend retreat. Now, those of you that are big on family, I know you date your spouse every week, right? You go out with your spouse every week and maybe get away once a month or once a quarter at the least, right? And then you go on vacation a couple times a year to escape, get away, spend time together. Very, very important, right? Maybe we go play football together. Maybe we read a book at the same time and we call and discuss it. Just, hey, what were your key takeaways? See, these that we get on the calendar and that we schedule time together. Let's get on the calendar, schedule time together. Now, let's say you've got a friend that lives all the way across the country. I have several friends that live across the country. So what I'll do is I'll pick up my phone and I'll send a voicemail to them. And then a voice memo. I'll record the voice memo. If they have an Android, because I have an iPhone, right? I'll record the voice memo and then I'll upload the voice memo and send it. Or if it's an iPhone, then I'll hold down the little button. I'll talk into it and I'll send it. Voice message, a great way to stay connected, right? What about just a simple inspirational text message? Very important. Inspirational text messages go a long way. What about a handwritten letter? The handwritten letter to thank your coaches or to thank your teachers, to thank those people that have been along the journey that we didn't really recognize that they were a huge part of our lives until later. Whoo, sending them a letter of gratitude is a big deal. What about just partnering together? Decide, you know what, we're going to do something meaningful together. We're going to build something together. We're going to create something together. Maybe you do a program. Maybe you do a whole speech together, right? Share the platform. Just creating and building and helping and being together. Schedule the time. Schedule the time. It's so important. So this is our story. Whoever it is for you, Let's get it on the calendar, schedule it out.